Nessa Off Air Quickie. Actually, this episode makes it our 50th episode for the Nessa Off Air podcast. Thank you for allowing us to reach this milestone. It's huge. Katrina be the producer. We made it. 50 episodes in.
It's exciting. Can't believe we spoke to each other 50 times in a row. This is quite an accomplishment, if you ask me.
I know, and I can't stand you. You can't stand me. How did we get this far? Okay. Quickie. It's time to make this quick. Let's jump right into it. The hypocrisy of free speech when it is applying to some people with specific talking points is always okay for some reason versus others who use it to defend Black and brown communities. Okay, so this leads us into our story about the Kansas City kicker. His name is Harrison Butker. No idea who he is. I don't watch the NFL ever since they blackballed Colin Kaepernick. But anyways, this person gave a commencement speech for a Catholic college. How do you pronounce that name, Katrina?
Benedictine?
Okay,
Benedictine?
College. Yes. Now, it is a Catholic college. I do want to point that out because it's all going to make sense in this conversation. Now, the speech is making its round as another example of how extreme political conservative ideology, which, spews misogyny, opposing gender ideologies, and, we even hear him oppose women's bodily autonomy, gets first speech protection, right? While in comparison, we're just using this as an example, someone we love, Colin Kaepernick, his peaceful protests against police violence happening against Black people resulted in him being blackballed by the NFL. Anyway, so the kicker guy, Harrison Butker, gave a hyper-political speech. It was very clear what side he was on. Extreme right, extreme conservative. And you can see it because his speech is being celebrated by right-wing outlets and, of course, the MAGA base. Now, for other people who saw it, it is very misogynistic. I mean, ultimately talking about a woman's place in society is the kitchen. The list goes on and on. So the question for me, the free speech warriors, the ones who are constantly pounding on their chest, specifically the ones who are always defending MAGA, right-wing ideology, who are always talking about cancel culture happening to conservatives. Where are they when Colin peacefully protested against police violence? Where were they? Why weren't they pounding on their chest about free speech when Colin's stance is actually for justice and equality?
Nessa, you got me. I haven't seen that much of an uproar about the things he was saying. And like you said, it was very problematic. So I got a couple of bits of his speech. So he goes, "For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment." I was like, all right, cool. Here we go. Let's do it. He goes, "I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you who have had the most diabolical lies told to you." All right, cool. You're getting somewhere. Then he goes, "Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world."
Wow.
He knows so much.
He knows every woman's dream, apparently. Look at him speaking on behalf of women.
And you know what? He takes it further and he gives an example because that's what all great speechwriters do, right? So he gives an example. He goes, "I can tell you that my beautiful wife would be the first to say her life truly started when she started living her vocation as a wife and as a mother."
Here's the thing. It might be for his wife. That might be the case. And by the way, his audience who he's speaking to, this is a Catholic college. So maybe a good portion of people agree and feel that way. For us, clearly not.
Right. I just think it's so problematic. You're talking to a bunch of graduates. You're singling out the women that have graduated and saying, hey, that degree you just got? You may as well throw it out, get married, have kids, keep it moving, because that's where you're going to find your life's purpose. Like, bro, what?
Right. Now, he also goes on to be very political. The whole speech is political.
Yes, he also says bad policies and poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues, things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as a growing support for degenerate cultural values and media all stem from the pervasiveness of disorder. And then he keeps going. He goes, from the man behind the COVID lockdowns to the people pushing dangerous gender ideologies onto the youth of America, they all have a glaring thing in common. They are Catholic. So it's like he thought in his head, let me just go ahead and hit all the hot points that I can. Let's do religion. Let's do abortion. Let's do gender. Let's throw them all together and let's try and make this beautiful speech to the people graduating.
Now, this is really interesting because, again, I don't think he's shying away from the fact that he is very religious. He clearly feels that's the way of life. And Katrina, do you have any insight? I know that when you were younger, you did attend different Catholic courses, classes. I don't know how that works. Fill us in, because I don't want to misspeak on your experience.
Right. Yeah, no,
I don't want to be this guy telling you how you should be in your life.
Right. Yeah, I went to Catholic classes. I grew up Catholic, where they taught me about religion when I was young and like elementary school and things like that. But I mean, it was so long ago. I can't remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday. So there's not a lot of things that I remember as far as some of these ideologies that he's talking about. But the big thing I do remember is they were very against abortion. They were so against it that in one of our classes, when I think I was in middle school, and this wasn't my full-time school, this was something I would do after school or like before church or Monday night, something like that, right? They were so against it that they showed us a video of an ultrasound and a woman having an abortion to scare us away from it. They were like, no, this is very, very bad. So that's the biggest thing that I remember from it. But all the other things, personally, I don't remember. Maybe we covered it, but you know, every time I was in school, especially after hour school, I wasn't paying attention, unfortunately. So I can't.
What were you paying attention on? Basketball?
Basketball. You know, I was trying to be a baller. One of my friends, my close family friend Myra, she was in the class with me, like, and we would like look over at each other and just giggle. Like, it's Monday night at 7 p.m. Like, I'm trying to get home so I can watch Jeopardy. Like,
so now let's go back to the story. Do you think this guy is going to get a raise, a bonus by his team for, you know, his very political speech? Because we clearly see the hypocrisy with the NFL and what they do, right? So they clearly blackballed Colin for his peaceful protests against police violence, right? Very clear. We see this happening. Look at the stats. The numbers don't lie. And you know what? I always feel like it's important to talk about Colin's stats because people conveniently leave it out. How, you know, he did go to the Super Bowl and went to 2 NFC championship games back to back, still holds records to this very day. That's right. Now, I think it's very clear that he should have been playing. And, you know, he continues to train. He continues to work out. You know, he still tries to contact teams. And they're still doing what they've been doing, blackballing him, taking his career away for his peaceful protest against police violence happening against Black people. Okay, that is what happened. That is
fact. Facts.
There's
Actual
nothing
facts.
else to the story, guys. Okay, I know you guys want to make up different things to make yourself feel better and why you don't agree with his stance and you're trying to justify why he's not playing. That's not the case. Okay, so
that's it.
Let's just get to that point. Furthermore, the free speech warriors that tend to only show up when it's ideology that, you know, caters to their belief system, which is usually the conservative, right-wing ideology. Where are you when it comes to free speech for other people, right? Especially when we're talking about, I'm just using this as an example, Colin, who peacefully protested, who literally wants justice and equality, who's saying that, hey, we all see the videos that this is a real problem happening. It is going on. And it's saying that, hey, this shouldn't be happening to Black and brown communities. It's not okay, especially when, you know, this country is standing for justice and liberty and freedom for all. Is it really doing that? Meanwhile, you know, we're taking the kicker guy, his speech, because it's making the rounds, which is why we're talking about this, clearly misogynistic and very problematic, is being celebrated by the exact same free speech warriors that I'm talking about that tend to only defend very right-wing ideology. I mean, the hypocrisy is so blatant. It's disgusting at this point.
Nessa, shouldn't they tell him something like "shut up and play" or something like?
Oh, that's right, right.
Isn't
Shut
that
up
what should be happening?
Right. Shut up and play. Shut up.
Hey,
and dribble.
you know what? Just shut up and kick.
Yeah, shut up and kick. Don't give us anything. Shut up and kick.
You're an athlete. Just play sports. We don't want to hear anything from you. That's actually what I want to hear from people that have said that to Colin. So where are they at? Can we get that kind of same energy for Harrison or the kicker guy that plays for the problematic team name for the problematic league that we don't even F with? Like, where are they at?
Even the name. Oh my gosh. Make sure you bleep me out. Because wow. Okay, I was reading this off here. They still have their problematic name?
He's problematic. He plays for a problematic team. He plays a position where we don't even need that 1 point, let alone the league. Like, let's just take it further. Get it out of here. Get him out of here. Take all their diplomas back, too, because they didn't say nothing. Get out of here.
Here's the thing I just want to say. I think Goodell will invite him to a brunch. They can sit down and talk about his raise or whatever bonus he's going to get and how he's going to have a long-lasting career. Because his speech was just, what they needed, right?
For sure.
And
you know what they're
so
going to do?
Interesting? Wait. Do you know what's interesting? I forgot where this was. Look this up at the same time because, we do actually like to cite sources here. Mm-hmm. But I do remember Goodell talking about how he's encouraging players to speak up. Look that up really quick.
Is he?
Something along those lines. Like, I'm definitely paraphrasing the sentiment, but basically saying that that's a lie. All right, for every player out there, unless you're talking that MAGA energy, unless you're talking about that right-wing energy, you saw what they did to Colin. All right? You also saw what they did in the following years to Eric Reed. Let's not forget what they did to Eric Reed, who also peacefully protests alongside Colin and was very adamant in defending Colin and never allowed people to forget what the league was doing to Colin. Boom, he's out the league. So,
he said it.
Who? Goodell said it, right? When did he say it?
Goodell said it in February at his annual Super Bowl press conference. He said, I do prefer our players have voices. And I would tell you that I learned an awful lot from our players, not just during the period of time, but every single day. Apparently, you haven't taken what you learned into action because that's not a real learning lesson.
Right, because what they did was blackball Colin for his stance, saying that police violence happening against Black and brown folks is not okay. This is not justice, okay? This is not equality. They blackballed him for that. Then what they did, just to add more insult, is that they start painting "end racism" in the end zone. And then they would have these slogans on the back of the helmets. Then they hired Jay-Z, right, to do the halftime show to show that they support Black culture, right? So they did everything except allow Colin to continue his career. But they claim that they support his stance and the messaging behind it. Again, they're doing all the performative aspect of it, but yet they have continued to punish him. Anyways, the only reason we're even talking about this is because, I saw it trending, honestly. And I always get, worried and anxiety right when I see Colin trending because I'm like, great, who's attacking him now? What racist is trying to come after him or whatever? And I just saw this. But you know what, though, Katrina? I think a lot of people see right through this because I do see a lot of people calling the kicker out and the NFL out for their hypocrisy, for not doing anything about this problematic speech because of their stance of saying that, they believe in equality and all these things, right? That's the conflict in this situation, is that the hypocrisy behind the NFL, someone who is part of the league, his stance, his speech versus what the NFL stands for. Honestly, I'm not surprised.
Nessa, listen, they're probably going to take this kicker guy. They're going to take his speech. They're going to put it on the Jumbotron before games or as the entrance. They're going to put on the field. They're going to paint women equal mothers, kids. And then on the back of the jerseys, it's going to say homemakers. It's going to be something so ridiculous because that's what the NFL does.
And then once the kicker is done playing in the NFL, he's going to be part of the players union. Because we know the players union did nothing to help Colin or Eric Reed out. Oh, wait, I think I know too much, but that's okay. We'll save that for another day.
Let's
Save
talk
it
about
for
other
the doc.
athletes. Let's talk about
Okay.
other athletes, Nessa.
Yeah.
Don't
Let's
be this
move on.
Football kicker player guy.
We're done with the hypocrisy, the fake
I
free
want to talk
speech
about
warriors.
Olympians.
Yes.
Let's talk about Olympians, Nessa. So Paris 2024 Olympic Games are coming. And can I just say, I love the Summer Olympics. I live for the Summer Olympics. Gymnastics. Swimming, track and field.
Gymnastics.
All my jam. The basketball teams, oh, I love it.
So when
Anyway,
you
I
watch
don't know.
this, you're not inspired at all to start working out?
Nessa, I'm always inspired to, well, not start working out, but I'm inspired to watch more and maybe play a little bit, but it's not like I'm going to hit the gym.
Right,
Anyway,
okay.
so it's coming up, right? And I don't know if you've heard a lot of the reports from previous Summer Olympics. The 2020 Summer Olympics was in Tokyo, right? And before that, I believe it was in Brazil. So anyway, from previous Summer Olympics, there's this big storyline that
Right.
all the athletes that live in Olympic Village, basically they get it on. They get it
Right.
on with each other all day and all night. Multiple people, lots of getting it in, intimate sessions going on in the Olympic Village. So much so that Japan's organizers last year were passing out 160,000 condoms in Olympic Village to the athletes because they were just like bunnies getting it in. Okay.
Well, here's
So
the
anyway.
thing. Wait, can we just take a moment to appreciate that? At least they're safe, right? First
Yeah,
off, they're safe.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's a lot of sexy time. Raging, high sex drive energy is going on,
Right.
but they're being safe. I mean, what more can we ask for at this point? But go on.
Well, listen, okay, so like I said, Paris 2024 Olympics is coming up, and the organizers this year decided to make what they call an anti-sex bed because I guess they're trying to curb all the sexy time that's going on during the Olympics.
Right.
So basically, it's a twin-size bed. It isn't really made to hold more than one person. So
Right.
they think that this is what's going to work to curb all the sexy time that's happening, when in fact, there was an anonymous athlete who said that you're not going to stop people from getting it in. They're going
Right.
to do
Like,
it
why did
anywhere.
that's the
And
thing?
here's
Why
the-
are they assuming that they are only going to do it on the bed?
Well, not just that. What's the problem? Like, even if, listen, glad they're doing it safely. Even if they were consensually not doing it safely, if they're consensually doing it, what is the problem?
First and foremost, most important, consensual, right?
Correct.
Always.
Right.
I would say up there is safety, right? You know,
Right.
let's be safe, especially if it's just like a let's do it and go kind of situation, right? Let's be safe here. The whole thing, though, remember there's this kind of, I don't know if it's a myth or if it's just like a practice, but there's been a lot of talk about how athletes should not get it in before a big game, before a big match, before a big fight, whatever it is, because apparently it drains them. So then they're not performing when it's time to play whatever sport that they do. I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, regardless, that's that athlete's choice. If they are prioritizing their sexy time over their athletic ability to perform in their sport, that's to each their own. Again, what's the problem? My only thing that I could see as a problem is if you were an athlete next door to a couple that kept doing it like bunnies and you were trying to prepare for for your big game or your big tournament, your big meet, whatever you're doing. Like,
Right.
if you're trying to prepare and they're just loudly not allowing you to prepare and get in your mind right, all right, I can see that. But then at that point, try and get another room. I mean, hey, I'm not an Olympian, so I don't know how it works.
They can start passing out earplugs with the condoms.
Or you know what? I remember
Why
in
not?
college, knock on the wall, like, hey, I'm trying to sleep. Keep it down. What's the problem? Let them have sexy time if they want to.
Okay, so where are the warriors about, you know, you should be able to do whatever you want to do with your body, which I support, by the way. I am that
Right.
warrior. Okay, let me put that clear. That's why it's like whatever they want to do with themselves, they should be able to do it again as long as it is consensual.
Hey, man.
Who cares?
Sexy
So
time
what?
for all the
Someone's not going to
Olympians.
jump a little bit higher in whatever sport or whatever it's going to be. Like, who cares? Do people even take the Olympics that serious anymore? Let's be honest.
Nessa,
It's more
yes.
for
Nessa,
us to
listen.
enjoy.
I would love to get a gold medal. At one point in my life, I was thinking, all right, what active game or activity can I do where I can actually get a gold medal? And I was thinking maybe curling. Have you heard of curling? That's like that ice sport, right? Where they push that thing and then those people look like they're sweeping. They're sweeping
Your
the ice
knee
because they want
is not good.
Bro, They're just trying to get that little piece as close to this dot as possible. Bro, how much? Okay, I'm not trying to hate, but how much training is that, right? Like,
That's
I don't.
a lot
It
of
doesn't feel like
shoulder.
a physical.
No, that's a lot
Okay.
of shoulder.
You
That's
know
a
what? I
lot
can't
of
even ice
upper
skate.
strength.
I can't ice skate, but let's think of it. Let's think of where I can get a gold medal. Breakdancing. I can't breakdance, but it's
You
coming
cannot
this year.
breakdance.
So shout out to all the B-boys and B-girls. I'm really excited for that. What
Yeah.
else can I do? I need to get a gold medal, Nessa.
I know exactly what it is. You're a spectator. You should get a gold medal for
There's
being
no-
a spectator. You
Come
should.
on.
You should.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna
But
look it
no,
up,
seriously.
Nessa, and I'm gonna train, and I'm gonna find a sport that doesn't take too much training, and I'm gonna get this gold medal for us.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do countries still care heavily about the Olympics like it used
I
to
think
back
they
in the
do,
day? Remember back in the day?
yeah.
We were kids. No, remember? And we heard about how it was even back in the day, how it was like full on just animosity and war between countries over the Olympics.
I
So,
don't think.
I don't know if that
that.
energy still exists. I mean, I still think there's a lot of pride and whatnot, but I don't know if
Yes.
it's like how it used to be like a gazillion generations ago.
I don't think it's war, but I do think it's pride, and I do think they want to show out. Like, you want to put as many Olympians from your country up in there, and you want to win. You know what the craziest thing is? You want to hear something crazy that I found out?
What?
That I thought was crazy? So, Team USA men's basketball, very excited. Steph Curry is finally playing in the Olympics this year.
Steph Curry's never played in the Olympics?
He's either was injured. It was
Wow.
typically, it's every 4 years is the Summer Olympics. So 4 years ago, I believe he was injured. 4 years before that, maybe he was injured. Something was going on. But this is the first year and probably his last year because he's gearing toward the end of his career. Hi. Who are we saying hi to?
Baby Cap just
Hi.
stepped in
Hi,
here.
Baby
Baby Cap
Cap.
heard Olympian talk, was like, I'm in the building.
Nessa, listen, gymnastics. How great would that be? Gymnastics?
I would love to be a gymnast. Wait,
Bro.
wait. Speaking of the Olympics, okay, Katrina,
Yes.
remember at the VMAs, I interviewed
Yes.
Simone Biles.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness, Nessa, she's one of the most decorated Olympians ever, Simone Biles. That's amazing. Okay, wait, okay. Oh my gosh, Nessa, you said that Colin's there. Can you ask him what Olympic sport he thinks I can get a gold medal in right now? Like this instant, what can I train to get a gold medal in? Ask him about curling. Ask him about curling.
Colin, Katrina wants to know what sport can she partake in for the Olympics because she wants a gold medal. She thinks curling. He says absolutely not. Exact
Okay.
words.
I know, I heard it.
Oh, you heard it? Okay.
I did, thank
He
you.
said absolutely
Well,
not.
What else? What else? Ribbon dancing, gymnastics,
Ribbon
ribbon
dancing?
dancing?
No.
Okay,
That
well,
requires
come
a lot
on.
of tricep, bicep.
Okay, well, what, and I'm not trying to hate, you know, shout out to the curlers and ribbon dancers.
Absolutely.
But what else, what does he think then?
Well, she wants to know, what do you think?
Leisurely walking.
Leisurely walking.
Is that an Olympic sport?
I don't know if it's an Olympic sport. I think Colin's trying to be nice to you. And he's
I-
laughing. So he's trolling you. We'll come back to Colin. We'll come back to Colin because he's got a meeting and I got a whole baby Cap. So let's move on. Let's move on. Okay,
Okay,
so
let me
all
geek
that to
out. Let me
say-
give you 2 geek out Olympic moments, please.
Go, give us the geek
1997,
out. Okay.
1997 Atlanta Olympics. There were it was the gymnastics team.
Yeah.
Magnificent Seven. That was my
yes,
jam.
Yes.
That with
yeah,
Dominique Dawes, that was my
yeah.
jam.
Oh,
And now I
Dominique
didn't even
Dawes
tell
was
you.
Killing it. Yes.
Killing it. I didn't even tell you, Nessa. So this year, fun
Did
fact.
you go to a
USA,
sign-in at the mall or something?
No, but
That
I
was
went
that
to.
era.
They went on tour. They went on tour, bro,
Right.
and I watched them in tour,
That's so
and
great.
I was cheering. Anyway, this year's men's basketball. I was talking about the USA men's basketball. Steph
Oh, yeah,
Curry's
Steph
finally
Curry.
playing. I'm excited.
Right.
Steph Curry, LeBron James, KD. Guess who else is playing? Joel
playing?
Embiid. He's
Do we
not,
like Joel? Or I have no
he
idea.
usually plays for Cameroon or France. Where does Joel Embiid play for? Joel.
Wait, he's betraying his old team?
Yes, he is. So that he can play with Steph, LeBron, and KD. So he's playing with USA Basketball Olympics.
The loyalty's out the
Preview.
window.
Bro, he said what? He said gold medal?
Gold medal. See ya.
France, she used to, okay. So he was granted citizenship in France, but he decided to play for Team USA and not France.
Ooh. He wants a gold medal, man.
So, okay,
Let's
my
be
question.
nice to the athletes,
Nessa, my
guys. Let's be
question.
nice. Yes.
Nessa,
what's your
would you
question?
play for your team, your home country, or would you play for Team USA? And listen, your home country needs you. They're like, yo, Team
My
Philippines hits
team
me up. They're like,
country,
Katrina,
USA.
We need you to play for us, please. We need to make it, baby. Katrina, we can really use you. And France they're not light.
You know
Somebody
what?
like Joelle playing for France would help.
Let me say this. I think my loyalty's to that gold medal, baby. Where the gold medal at? I got the LeBron energy. I'm going to whatever team I can get it at.
Oh, taking your talents.
Taking my talents to whoever's got that gold medal.
Oh,
This is why we're not athletes. We have no loyalty. By the way, teams don't have loyalty. They trade and all that with players, and they don't give a damn. So why should players care? Why should they care? Get your money.
If I'm on the French team, I'm flagrant fouling Joel Embiid. I'll be like, oh, yeah, bro?
Don't
Watch
do that,
this.
Katrina. Don't foul
Flagrant
people
foul.
like that.
I didn't say I'm going to hurt him.
Oh,
I'm not
I
going
don't know
to
the
injure
difference
him.
with the flagrant foul. What
it's
is
just
that?
a harder foul. And he's going to
Okay.
get a harder foul from me.
Okay, so like you would elbow him in his mouth.
I would elbow him right in his kidney.
In his kidney. Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I remember he cried when they lost. Okay, let me not go in on Joel Embiid.
Why? He cried?
He cried when the Raptors beat them in Game 7 to go to the championship. It was Game 7. Raptors, Sixers. This was the best Game 7. Kawhi Leonard shoots a last-second shot. He makes it. They win Game 7. The Raptors go to the championship where they ultimately beat the Warriors, whatever. But
wait, Drake was at
crying.
that game, right? Wasn't Drake at that game?
Drake was all over those games. All over those games when the
Let's
Raptors
give
won the
Drake a break,
championship.
okay? Let's give him a break. Let's not be angry, Katrina.
I'm ready for the summer of Drake. I said what Drake needs
So
to
am I.
do, because he's still Drake. Like, people that think he's not Drake are tripping.
He's still Drake with
he's
one
still
of the
Drake.
best catalogs ever, if not the best, okay?
Bro, he's
But
still
go on.
one away from Michael. Beat it, okay? So
Right.
anyway, what Drake needs to do is beat Michael. He needs that summer anthem so that we're not thinking about they not like us. They not like us. They
Don't
not
dance
like us.
to it. We're partaking
I was
in
singing
it.
that. I was singing that. Amara was singing it. She said, they not like
Your
us.
daughter, who's almost 3, was singing Not Like Us?
I said, put your arms up like this, and I lifted her elbows up, and she was going like this, bro. They not like us.
Okay, look, Colin's giving me the death stare. He's been pissed off at me lately, so I got to take baby cap, y'all.
Hey, Olympics, 2028 Olympics.
We're going to the Olympics.
We. I can speak French. Wait, Paris, France. Yeah, we.
Okay.
We
All right,
need to
I
go
gotta
to the
take-
Olympics.
We, collectively.
We.
All right,
Happy
man.
50th episode, y'all.
Happy 50th episode, Nessa Off Air podcast. This is a Nessa Off Air quickie. Thanks to everybody leaving us comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to our podcast, okay, so that you're up to date on everything that we got going on. And we work so hard for you, and we love you. Thank you for all the comments. I do my best to reply to everybody. Peace.
Yeah.